Good morning, guys. It's Robert Ewens, the Ageless Wanderer. I'm getting ready for that Great Loop speed record attempt. Been spending lots of hours, been on the lake a lot, making sure I've got all my systems tuned in, got food pulled together, clothing pulled together, and I've spent hours and hours working on strategy and pretty much ready to go. Well, guess what? I got a curveball. Uh, I believe that the existing record of 19 days, 19 hours, and 50 minutes is a very soft record. I felt pretty comfortable about getting that and beating that by a long shot. I'm thinking realistically, 18 days. If everything goes right, I think I can do it in 14 days and 8 hours. So we'll see if that comes true. But the curveball I got thrown is a guy named Peter Hajas. Peter Hajas is a well-known, world-recognized endurance racer. We're talking the Baja 1,500 races in South America. This guy knows endurance. He's a major wrench turner. He's a well-funded operation, and he's announced that he's going to go for the record also. And where I'm going in a David boat, basically a John boat that's about as small as anyone would want to do it. He's going in a Goliath boat. It's a 41 footer. It's an express. It's got triple engines on it. It's got 4 berths, air conditioning, heating, gin set, refrigerators. He's got all the extras and he's got speed. He's got a boat that'll do 50 miles an hour, where my boat's about a 40-mile-an-hour boat. He has got a 4-man crew, so they can go 24 hours a day. It just sounds right up front like the Goliath was just going to slay the David. Well, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, and I'll share. I won't share all the tricks, but I'll tell you a little bit about why I think I can still be competitive. Because he's running 3 great big engines, he's carrying a lot of fuel, almost 500 gallons of fuel, and he's still going to have max out 400-mile range. So price safe wise offshore, he's looking at 350. So he's going to be kind of hugging that shoreline. And at night, he'll probably try to refuel at 5 or 6 in the afternoon. But he's going to have to stop sometime between 1 and 5 in the morning because he's just going to be low on fuel. He's going to slow his speed down at night to improve his fuel economy, but he's still going to be waiting in a fuel dock in the morning. So that number of fuelings is going to aid me, where I may get up the whole East Coast and fuel twice. So I'm going to do some big jumps on the East Coast. And then, so that'll kind of even things out a little bit, in that I'll be doing longer jumps. But he's going to be running 35, 40 miles an hour, where I'll be running like 27 when I'm offshore in smooth conditions. I may push it to 30. I'll be far enough offshore for the first leg up from Florida into the Carolinas, where I'm actually catching the Gulf Stream and catching a 2 mile per hour advantage off the Gulf Stream, which he's going to probably have to run closer to the shore, not going to pick up that advantage. Then once we get into the locks, I'm going to have a huge advantage because with my lightweight boat, I can run faster through a huge portion of the Erie Canal due to restrictions on how big a wake you can have. The restrictions on wakes, there's 5-mile zones where you can't have any wake. The 10-mile zones are general recommendations, but what they enforce is a maximum 12-inch amplitude of wave coming off your boat. And if you're exceeding that, you're possibly damaging docks and damaging the canal system. But a boat like mine that puts out a 4 or 5 inch wave on plane is not going to be regulated in as much as a boat that weighs a little over 20,000 pounds. So I should be able to pick up a full day on him getting through the Erie Canal system. Now, where he's going to have a huge advantage is in the Great Lakes. Lake Erie runs pretty much east-west. and the winds tend to run southwest. So the lakes turn the winds down the length. So I could be fighting head seas, and in head seas he'll kill me. 3 foot waves, head seas. He can run 30 miles an hour. I can't. So yeah, I'm done. If Erie's big and if Lake Michigan's big as head seas, I'm done. But if I get calm conditions there, which is highly likely in July, and I can cut Erie straight over to the Detroit River, or I can cut from the bridge in North Michigan straight to Chicago. That's going to even the race up quite a bit. And then you'd think you'd have this huge advantage on the rivers because of having the ability to run 24 hours a day. Well, again, there's fuel issues on the rivers. I will fuel one time. Once I leave the Illinois River north of St. Louis, I won't get fuel but once down in northern Tennessee, and that'll take me on into the completion of my race. My plan is to sleep behind the locks. I have a total of 30 locks. I think 25 of them are between Chicago and my finish. So lots of opportunities. If I get hung up behind a lock, I'll catch 30 minutes, hour and a half sleep, whatever they hold me up. I have a little alarm clock so I can set it to whatever, and then I can have my radio where I'll be woken up by the lock master. So I hope to kind of moderate some of his advantage by not pulling over and sleeping for 8 hours, but just kind of getting 30 minutes to an hour and a half behind the locks as I get held up. So that could hopefully even us up through the river section, and I'll probably refuel a quarter of the stops that he'll have to refuel coming down the river. So pending I get a good Lake Erie and a good Lake Michigan, it should be a heck of a race. I've been visiting with Peter, and he is the nicest guy. So we're both going to be having fun out there. He beats me, more power to him. He's got a great boat. He's got a great crew. He's got endurance experience. He doesn't bring a wealth of offshore navigation, but he's just a bright guy, and his crew is bright. And when I talk to him, I can tell he's very strategic about his preparation, and I assume he's going to be equally strategic about his performance on the loop. But guys, it's going to be exciting. There's a very good possibility we're going to be on the course at the same time. We'll be following each other, I'm sure. He will likely start ahead of me. So it'll be kind of fun to see what he's doing. I will have already crossed the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to give me a little bit of advantage because I get to cross that in known conditions, where he's going to get there and have to take what he gets on getting across the Gulf. And he's going to be limited on how big a cut he can make. But I'm sure he'll cut that corner, but he won't be able to make as big a cut as I'm able to make. But should be a heck of a race. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll have some more to share as we get closer to departure time. We'll both be running trackers, so you will be able to follow along.